the channel Saltiness Isn't Bliss, the recipe Night Owl Chicken. Now, you don't have to stay up late to make this recipe, but you might want to stay up late to eat any leftovers you might have. So let's get to it. We are going to preheat our oven to 400. Little tip, if you don't want the house to heat up from having the oven on, you can always use an air fryer or a grill for this recipe as well. As far as the chicken goes, I've got 1.5 pounds here of boneless, skinless chicken breast that I have cut in smaller pieces just to try and cook it a little quicker in the oven. You can use any style chicken that you want. So that's the beauty of this recipe. Go with whatever chicken you normally use. We are going to trim the fat off the chicken, pat it dry, and now we're just going to put some pepper on it, any type of pepper. And you can pepper one side or you can do both. Okay, so I have just peppered both sides of my chicken. I popped it back in the fridge. Just want to keep it cold while I am mixing up my delicious marinade. So let's dive into it. So we are going to use 1/4 cup of olive oil, 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. I've got to add one more here. 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. The beauty of working with tomato paste is it's very low sodium. Okay, so just 2 more ingredients and then we will start mixing. So 1 teaspoon of honey. And then lemon juice. Lemon juice is really going to be to taste. I've got about a teaspoon here. Maybe 1.5 teaspoons. Okay, so we've added in those handful of ingredients. Next step is to whisk by hand, or in this case, I'm gonna whisk with my electric mixer. That tomato paste and the honey we added in there are gonna be a little tricky to mix by hand, so I thought this might be a quicker, easier way to go. So we wanna just mix that until it is smooth and blended, and then we will add in the rest of our ingredients. Okay, so next up is minced garlic. I've got about 5 cloves here, 1 teaspoon each of dried thyme and dried oregano, and 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. Just like we did a moment ago, we are going to also whisk either by hand or electric mixer all our dry ingredients, and we're going to do that until those are all blended in there to make our marinade. Okay, so we're in the final step here of our night owl chicken. If you're cooking it in the oven, any style pan, dish you want to cook it in is just fine. I've not really had a chance to use this, and I know this style is typically more for a roast, but I figured, well, what the heck, I'm gonna spray it with some cooking spray and see how that cooks my chicken. The fact that it's up a little bit from the bottom of the pan should help to get some airflow in there and cook it evenly all the way around. Here is how our marinade turned out. If you prefer to marinate your chicken a little bit longer than just right away and popping it in the oven, feel free to do that. So I'm just going to take my first piece, dip it in there, roll it all the way around, and then just set it in my pan. Repeat all those steps until my chicken is all fully coated. It will go in a preheated oven for anywhere between 20 to 25 minutes. We just want to make sure that it's no longer pink inside. Here it is, piping hot out of the oven. In total, it cooked closer to 25 or 30 minutes. My tip, guys, I started at 400 degrees. Halfway through, I went to 425. I hate to start at 425 because I feel like then the meat tends to dry out. So that's why I started at a slightly lower temp and then halfway through cranked it up to just kind of get that cooking at a little bit quicker of a pace. I will get a piece on a plate. On the side, I've prepared some egg noodles that I seasoned with unsalted butter and topped with some dried parsley. piping hot and all seasoned up. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.